Hello, Derek here. Welcome to A Little Wine, A Little Time, a Delicious Media production. So, I took a couple weeks off to kind of think over some feedback and constructive criticism. The main uh, response was good content, work on the camera angle. So, that's what I'm attempting to do right now. I can't get the wine fully in the glass and the cork and the wine key all in the shot, but I don't have to have my iPad upside down and I can look directly in the camera. So we're going to give this angle a shot. So, yeah, A Little Wine, A Little Time is a podcast about wine and political discourse. It's a pairing of topics and wine. I've spent the last 3 or maybe 4 years or so engaging in online political discussion, mostly on the platform of Facebook. This podcast is a digestion of online political discourse. Please check out episodes 1 and 2 for a full overview of what this podcast and project is all about. That all being said, this episode is going to be a little different. We won't be discussing politics in this one. In this one, I'm going to be talking through something I've been working on. I call the Nirvana equation. Infinity plus 1 equals 9. That's the Nirvana equation. I will explain. So I first put this out in a text version via Instagram and Facebook a few years ago in a very basic form. I wrote it out on a couple of pages of a pad of paper and posted it in picture form. I don't think anyone got it. In this episode, I will get far more in depth. First, I'll read how I initially attempted to put it out a few years ago. This is how it goes. The Nirvana equation. Been working on this equation. Check my math. 8 is a symbol for infinity. A straight line in theory has no end. Like in football, the goal line extends up forever. Infinity equals the cycle of reincarnation. Birth, life, death, rebirth, repeat. With the arrows running through it all. Infinity plus 1 equals 9. Open the loop of infinity. Break the cycle. 9, forever. In a 9 written with a line going on into forever. 8 equals infinity. 8 plus 1 equals 9. 9 with an open loop turned into a line. Master reincarnation. Hoop-de-loop. Break the loop. On and on and on forever. The universe. One verse. String theory. Multiverse. Many strings like a guitar. Existence. It's all one big beautiful song. So that was my first attempt at the Nirvana equation, and maybe it quite wasn't ready for communication. And I had to think about it a lot more and figure out how to explain it a little better. So I've been pondering and trying things and thinking things through more. So here we are. So the Nirvana equation. Infinity plus 1 equals 9. It's a symbolic equation more than a mathematical equation. But what does it mean? In this episode, I'm going to attempt to explain it in much greater detail. We are going to talk through and connect a lot of terms. We are going to talk about nirvana, karma, dharma, reincarnation, samsara, the Akashic records, heaven, paradise, the age of Pisces, the age of Aquarius, and we'll get into the meanings of some of the numbers via numerology. I'm going to be using ChatGPT for some of the definitions because it gives a solid, clear, concise definition that will make it easier to explain in a fairly simple way. But I just wanted to let you know that, and I'll let you know when I'm using ChatGPT and not my own specific words. Just looked up some of the definitions, and it gives pretty solid, easy to digest answers. So I chose to pair this episode with Hollyhock Lodge Gamay Noir. We'll talk more about the wine later in the episode, like always, but the pairing should become pretty obvious. It's the number 9. Hollyhock Lodge Gamay Noir, number 9. So yeah, I'm going to read through the notes to a certain point again. So been working on this equation, check my math. 8 is a symbol for infinity. A straight line in theory has no end. Like in football, the goal line extends up forever. Infinity equals the cycle of reincarnation, birth, life, death, rebirth, repeat. Infinity plus 1 equals 9. Open the loop of infinity, break the cycle. 9. 8 equals infinity. 8 plus 1 equals 9. 9 with the open loop turned into a line. Master reincarnation. So reincarnation. Reincarnation is at the core of this equation. Do you believe in reincarnation? Many do. Millions do. To me, it's the only thing that makes sense. The first law of thermodynamics. Energy cannot be created or destroyed in an isolated system. It can only change forms or be transferred. What is consciousness but energy? Then there's the theory of conservation of information. Like energy, information cannot be created or destroyed in an isolated system. What is consciousness but energy and information? So an isolated system. Let's say existence since the Big Bang, or let there be light, however you want to see it. Energy and information can neither be created or destroyed. Bang, let there be light. All the energy and information that has ever existed or will exist exploded into being, and it cannot be destroyed. It can only transfer and or change forms. It's like the Akashic Records, a collection of all the information that ever was or ever will be. I was actually told by an astrologer who read my chart that I might be able to access the Akashic Records. That would be cool. I haven't tried yet, and I wouldn't know how, but okay, we'll move on. Energy and information can neither be created nor destroyed. What is consciousness but energy and information? So consciousness can only transfer or change forms. Reincarnation. In the Nirvana equation, 8 and infinity are the same. They're the same symbol. The 8 is turned on its side, making an infinity symbol. 8 plus 1 equals 9 in math. But in my symbolic equation, I turn 8 on its side, making it infinity, making it an infinity symbol. Add 1 and get 9. In the equation, 8 and infinity both represent samsara. Samsara is a Sanskrit term that refers to the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. The reincarnation loop-de-loop. The endless cycle of reincarnation circling and circling. Circling and circling. 8. Or 8. Infinity. 8. Got it. So yeah, a 9. Then I add 1 and make it a 9. 9 represents opening the loop. A 9 is written like an 8 with an open loop turned into a line. Sometimes a 9 is written with a curve line instead of a straight line, almost like a golden spiral or a Fibonacci spiral in sacred geometry, like a snail shell or like a hurricane or a galaxy. Endless, never-ending spiral. Whichever way you look at it, as a straight line or a golden spiral, we can imagine the broken infinity loop transformed into a new form and representation of infinity. A line going on forever. Infinity plus 1 equals 9. We break the infinity loop, the samsara loop, and extend existence out through a never-ending, endless line. I think this is a good place to sip some wine. I meant to pour that a minute ago. So yeah, sip of wine. That's delicious. That's really good. Okay, where were we? Okay, we break the reincarnation loop-de-loop. We turn 8 into a 9, symbolically. But how do we do that? How do we do that practically? How do we master reincarnation? The same way we master anything, practice. But we will also have to master karma and dharma. Dharma has different meanings and different traditions, but I think a good way to summarize it is mastering our actions. And karma is a result of the actions. Definitely feel free to study up on Dharma and karma. I won't get fully in depth on that right now. I didn't get fully in depth in that, but those are the simple definitions, I guess. But yes, we focus on karma. Good dharma equals good karma. We practice and reincarnate with intent. I don't have this all figured out yet and have a lot of studying and learning as far as it goes, but this will be the journey. Practicing reincarnation with intent, like yoga. Maybe you've never done yoga and aren't familiar, but if you have, what is yoga but practicing reincarnation? Maybe you've done a lot of yoga and have never thought of it this way, but think about it. You start on the ground as a child. You move through different poses on the ground. You work your way to standing, and you work your way through different poses representing different points of incarnation. You're a child, you're a dog, you're a cat, you're a cow, you're a dancer, a tree, a warrior, etc., etc., etc. Then you end up back on the ground as a corpse pose, practicing for your death. Then you roll over into the fetal position before you reawaken a new and different person. If you've ever come to after a yoga class, you just feel different. You just feel like a different person. And as you practice yoga, your body changes, your mind changes. Like you become a different person every time you practice. Most of it, sometimes, not all the time. So yeah. At its core, yoga is a practice of reincarnation. I'd be curious to hear from my yogi friends as far as if you've ever thought about it this way, practicing reincarnation. So yes, we practice reincarnation. We can also practice via meditation. We often visualize during meditation. We set intent. We may picture things we want in our lives with goals, with the goal of willing them into existence. So with the Nirvana equation, to break the loop in the 8 and make it a 9, to reincarnate with intent, we can meditate on karma. We can practice dharma and meditate on karma. And we can meditate with the intent that we receive rewards for good karma, or for good dharma that becomes good karma in this life, but also in the next. Karma isn't just something that manifests in this life. Karma is something that manifests in the next life. So you do good things in this life. Yes, you may be rewarded in this life, but if you live a good life in this life, you reincarnate into a good life in your next incarnation. We can meditate with intent that we receive. We can practice dharma and karma. We can practice. We can also meditate on the idea that in our next incarnation, we will remember our previous incarnation and even incarnations before it. There are examples out there of people who reportedly remember past lives and incarnations. We focus on that. We focus on transferring our consciousness and awareness of that consciousness to the next incarnation, breaking the loop and creating an infinite line of incarnation consciousness. Focus on remembering this incarnation in the next while practicing good dharma and karma. Meditate with intent on remembering this incarnation in the next while practicing good dharma and karma. And meditate on that dharma and karma. The more we do this, the better this world will be, and the better the next cycles of incarnation will be. With individuals and collective focus on dharma and karma, the world will transform around us in a positive way. We will enter a new age. Step by step, we will take the next steps in human evolution. We will transcend a new age. The Age of Aquarius. It's a new term. We turn the 8 into a 9, and consciousness will extend on and on into forever. Infinity plus 1 equals 9. 9 equals the Age of Aquarius. The Age of Aquarius equals Nirvana. Nirvana equals paradise. Nirvana equals heaven. Wine time. It's really good. Can't wait to talk about this wine. Okay, we'll get there. Okay, so we've hit some new terms. The Age of Aquarius, Nirvana, Paradise, and Heaven. Let's go through these terms and some others. Let's start with heaven. ChatGPT describes heaven as a paradisical realm or state of existence where souls experience eternal bliss, happiness, and peace after death. Okay, so paradisical. Paradise. ChatGPT describes paradise as a place or state of perfect happiness, beauty, and peace, often associated with religious or mythical ideas of an idealized afterlife or an earthly utopia. Nirvana. ChatGPT didn't say Nirvana, I just said Nirvana. And so using ChatGPT, I have known the definitions of these things, and I just was using it to give a clear, concise one, and they're all, give or take, my general understanding of it to begin with. So that's why I used it. So ChatGPT describes Nirvana as a state of ultimate liberation from suffering in the cycle of rebirth. It represents the highest spiritual attainment, characterized by the absence of desire, attachment, and suffering. A lot of similarities here already. Different terms for similar concepts and ideas. The Age of Aquarius. Some people believe we have already entered or are about to enter the Age of Aquarius. ChatGPT describes the Age of Aquarius as an astrological concept representing a period of human enlightenment, innovation, and spiritual growth. It's believed to be characterized by progress, humanitarianism, and a shift towards greater collective consciousness and harmony. So the Age of Aquarius is a transition from the Age of Pisces. ChatGPT describes the Age of Pisces as an astrological era associated with spirituality, sacrifice, and empathy. Astrologers believe it began around the time of the birth of Christ and lasted about 2,000 years approximately. So it's hard to say for sure, but we are either in the early years of the Age of Aquarius or about to enter it. So the number 9. In numerology, the number 9 is associated with spiritual enlightenment, universal love, and humanitarianism. So yeah, those are similarities to the Age of Aquarius definition. It's a number of completion and fulfillment, symbolizing wisdom, compassion, and selflessness. 9 equals the Age of Aquarius. 9 equals paradise. 9 equals heaven. 9 equals Nirvana. 9, the Age of Aquarius, paradise, heaven, Nirvana, all synonyms with similar definitions. 8 in numerology is associated with traits like abundance, prosperity, success. It symbolizes material wealth, achievement, and the manifestation of goals through discipline, effort, and practicality. Very similar to the Age of Pisces. In the 2,000 or so years of the Age of Pisces, we've seen a lot of human prosperity, but it's often been unbalanced. We've seen tons of achievements, but also have seen extreme suffering, wars, poverty, etc. As we transition to the Age of Aquarius, with the focus on Dharma and Karma, we will see the world transform around us. We will end poverty and suffering. We will end all war. We will live in a time where there is stumbling over my words. We live in a time where there is no excuse or need for things like war or hunger or suffering. We completely have the means to solve all these problems. It's within our reach. With a focus on Dharma and Karma, we will see people putting more effort into solving these problems, and people will be rewarded for their good works. Humanity will rise to a higher state of being. As we all lift, we will lift each other. We will see the best of human potential. We will see the rise of, we will see wisdom rise. We will see a rise in happiness. We will see the world that embodies all the words we find in the definitions of the number nine, the age of Aquarius, heaven, paradise, and nirvana. And via our collective focus on transferring consciousness through reincarnation cycles, we will transcend. We will remember. We will continue, and it will be eternal bliss. We will live forever in a state of heaven, paradise, and nirvana, the age of Aquarius, the age of nine, an infinite line and golden spiral, forever and ever. It'll be like the Fish song, time turns elastic. I named my last band many years ago Lastic after that song. The universe, consciousness, all one beautiful song. A song whose first note and bass note was Om, Om. So that's that. that's that. At some point, I'll go a little deeper on some of the last things I mentioned, like time turns elastic and all that kind of stuff, and the universe being a song. But this is what I've got for now. And there is still a lot of study and contemplating ahead. I've got a lot more thinking to do on this. But I'd love if you think about it. Just think about it, you know, see what you think. The Nirvana equation, 8 plus 1 equals 9. Flip the 8 on its side. Infinity plus 1 equals 9. 9 equals Nirvana. The Nirvana equation. Pretty simple, right? Got it? So wine time. I'm having fun. That's a delicious wine. Oh, a lot of like dark fruit, plum, some really pronounced plum. So yeah, if it's not obvious, it's got a number 9 on the bottle. And if you've been listening to what I've been saying, that makes, hopefully that makes, it's not complicated why I paired it with this episode. But yeah, I paired it with this Hollyhock Lodge Gamay Noir, number 9, because it has the number 9 on the bottle. That's pretty much why I picked it. Some things are just so simple. So I don't know that I've ever had a Gamay Noir, but because I don't recall ever hearing of it. It doesn't mean I haven't, because I've tasted a lot of wines and I can't remember everything. I looked it up, and it's closely related to a Pinot Noir, which I love Pinot Noirs, but it has a higher yield. Tasting notes on the amazing wine app Vivino says it has notes of blackberry, blueberry. Oh, I get that blueberry, and definitely the plum. Definitely berry. Cherry. I get that cherry too. That kind of tart. Dark fruit and that tart cherry. Strawberry. Ooh, and mushroom. I get that earthy mushroom. Minerals, earthiness. Yeah. But yeah, delicious. Simple and elegant. I hope you find the same in the Nirvana equation. Simple and elegant. I may find ways to describe it further, but this is the best I've got so far, and I think it should make some sense. There's a lot of work to do to achieve it and make it a reality. And that's important. Work and effort. It's not magic, and it won't and can't be realized without a lot of effort. Dharma and karma. Intent. Collective intent. As of now, it's just grapes on a vine. There's so much to do, and there will be a process before we can sit and enjoy it, like I'm enjoying this glass of wine. The next few episodes I have planned will be further steps to get there, politically and practically. And of course, there will be so much work to do spiritually. I know I'm ready to do the work. I hope many of you are as well. Work that includes focus on Dharma and karma. The song Karma Police is coming to mind. Like a system of uplifting good Dharma and karma is a seed of thought in my head, and I don't fully have an answer for it. Who knows, maybe one of you do, but let me know what you think in the comments. But that's all I have for now. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It's been a little different. Stay tuned for the ones I'll be releasing in the coming weeks. Make sure you are subscribed to the D-Licious Media YouTube channel to keep up with all D-Licious Media content. I am going to be doing some more short form content and YouTube shorts, kind of breaking down some of the longer content in shorter, more digestible pieces. So yeah, make sure you just subscribe to the D-Licious Media YouTube channel. If you find this content has value to you, I'll have some ways to support in the show notes. Thank you for watching. Hope you're having a great day or night, whatever time it is when you're watching this. Peace, love, delicious wine. Peace.